us into a doctrine called corporate practice of medicine. How many people have ever heard of corporate practice of medicine? Anybody in the room? Okay. What it means is that a corporation can't practice medicine. Now, if you have a professional corporation, a PC, the professional corporation is like an extension of your professional practice. And if you have employees, do people have PCs for those corporations? Yes, no, not sure? Okay, well, a lot of times that's a vehicle because that's the vehicle that hires your nurses, your allied health professionals. So you can have a professional corporation, but if you go into business with Joe, and Joe set up, for example, the medical spa, and that's their corporation, they can't practice medicine. And so that's pretty obvious, right? Because they're not going to go into the operating room, right? They're not going to be in the OR. But what if they tell you what your advertising has to look like? What if they put a nurse in there, let's say it's an RN, and the RN is the one at the front desk, and the RN is the one seeing the patient, and there's no good faith exam. What is a good faith exam anyway? Who can do a good faith exam? So the California Medical Board a couple of years ago put out a document called The Bottom Line, The Business of Medical Spas. Has anybody seen this document at all? You've seen it? So, if you look at it, it has a lot of, I would say, exclamation marks in it, and it says, don't do this, right? Don't rent your license, don't do this. Can you just simply set up a business and just be part of it? And then I think there might even be all caps in there. So they're very, very, very emphatic that there are a lot of traps for the unwary. And they talk about who can do this good faith exam. The California Medical Board actually has set up a task force where they go and they look for places, and the undercovers will pose as patients, and they'll basically audit you, spot a violation, and from there it's investigation, then it's hearing, then you need an administrative defense lawyer. So there are a lot of perils here, and people get into these deals, if you will, and they're unaware. And they come to us hopefully before, but sometimes in the middle or after, and then it's a matter of trying to sort it out. So no medical decision by business, and a lot of times the business will try to have you plug and play. But you can't, because doctors are in a revered category, and you can't simply be plugged into a business. There's medicine, and there's everything else, and corporations can't practice medicine. That is corporate practice in medicine in a nutshell. It's a huge area of enforcement.